Lecture 1. Charity or Love, the Sum of All Virtue. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1 through 3. In these words we observe, first, that something is spoken of as of special importance, and as peculiarly essential in Christians, which the Apostle calls charity. And this charity, we find, is abundantly insisted on in the New Testament by Christ and his apostles, more insisted on, indeed, than any other virtue. But then the word charity, as used in the New Testament, is of much more extensive signification than as it is used generally in common discourse. What persons very often mean by charity in their ordinary conversation is a disposition to hope and think the best of others, and to put a good construction on their words and behavior. And sometimes the word is used for a disposition to give to the poor. But these things are only certain particular branches or fruits of that great virtue of charity which is so much insisted on throughout the New Testament. The word properly signifies love, or that disposition or affection whereby one is dear to another. And the original, agape, which is here translated charity, might better have been rendered love, for that is the proper English of it. So that by charity in the New Testament is meant the very same thing as Christian love. And though it be more frequently used for love to men, yet sometimes it is used to signify not only love to men, but love to God. So it is manifestly used by the Apostle in this epistle, as he explains himself in chapter 8, verse 1. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth, and so on. Here the comparison is between knowledge and charity, and the preference is given to charity, because knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And then in the next two verses it is more particularly explained how knowledge usually puffs up, and why charity edifieth, so that what is called charity in the first verse is called loving God in the third, for the very same thing is evidently spoken of in the two places. And doubtless the Apostle means the same thing by charity in this 13th chapter that he does in the 8th, for he is here comparing the same two things together that he was there, namely, knowledge and charity. Though I have all knowledge and have not charity, I am nothing. And again, charity never faileth, but knowledge it shall vanish away. So that by charity here we are doubtless to understand Christian love in its full extent, and whether it be exercised towards God or our fellow creatures. And this charity is here spoken of as that which is in a distinguishing manner the great and essential thing, which will appear more fully when we observe. Secondly, what things are mentioned as being in vain without it, namely the most excellent things that ever belong to natural men, the most excellent privileges, and the most excellent performances. First, the most excellent privileges, such as preaching with tongues, the gift of prophecy, understanding all mysteries, faith to remove mountains, and so on. And secondly, the most excellent performances, such as giving all one's goods to feed the poor, and the body to be burned, and so on. Greater things than these no natural man ever had or did, and they are the kind of things in which men are exceedingly prone to trust. And yet the Apostle declares that if we have them all and have not charity, we are nothing. The doctrine taught, then, is this: that all the virtue that is saving, and that distinguishes true Christians from others, is summed up in Christian love. This appears from the words of the text because so many other things are mentioned that natural men may have, and the things mentioned are of the highest kind it is possible they should have, both of privilege and performance. And yet it is said they all avail nothing without this, whereas if any of them were saving, they would avail something without it.